When I was 10, I was shot in the neck with a rifle, and I was paralyzed from the neck down.
I was driving a motorcycle and wrecked it, and I injured my spinal cord, broke my back in 3 places.
I had an accident, and I fell 10 feet and broke my neck, and now I am a level C6, C7 quadriplegic.
Al parecer tenía una esclerosis en mi columna.
I was this healthy, active, young girl running around.
I was making a lot of money, doing very well, and then all of a sudden the next day I was laying in a hospital bed.
I was at work on a Friday, and then on Monday I wasn't there.
Yo entro al hospital caminando, pero cuando salgo del hospital, todo cambia.
When I was young, I was a tomboy. Climbed trees, played basketball, softball, anything outdoors was my thing. So I knew that when I grew up, I was going to be playing professional basketball. I had no idea that my life was going to change and be something far different than what I envisioned.
So I went from a high-powered life with a good income, lots going on, to barely talking.
Did my first triathlon in 2001. And as soon as I came across the finish line, I was hooked. It was who I was and what I did, and it defined my life.
Y empecé, como todos los que venimos a este país, a tener una oportunidad mejor de vida. Empiezo a trabajar, empiezo a ejercer mi oficio.
And I spent, I guess, 6 weeks between ICU and rehab before I was able to go home and start working again.
I was walking pretty well, but there were obvious issues. You could tell that something was wrong. And then I had a stroke.
Fighting for my life, and then after that, recovery, rehab, trying to have some sort of normalcy as a kid. And then after that, it wasn't over.
Y ellos dicen es para una mejor calidad de vida, necesitas la operación lo más rápido porque tu padecimiento puede estar peor cada día.
My mom had to quit her job to take care of me because I couldn't take care of myself. If it wasn't for her, I would probably be in a nursing home right now.
A veces uno no tiene todo la suficiente fuerza de seguir, adaptarse a la nueva vida. Tengo una familia, tengo 3 hijos, tengo un esposo, tengo un matrimonio por 26 años.
It started out with my husband driving me to work every day and literally sitting in the office with me because, of course, I would have to do things like catheterize and do pressure release, which I couldn't do on my own yet.
I couldn't do as much with my kids as I wanted to do. I couldn't really carry them around. I couldn't run and play with them. They were scared for me, and yet they wanted to push me. They wanted their mom back. And that person never came back.
Thankfully, I had strong parents who told me, don't give up, keep going. And that's really what got me through.
Es más compromiso para mí como madre, porque tengo hijos. Entonces, para que mi hogar no decaiga, necesito que piense mi familia que tengo que seguir.
I've been using a wheelchair for 30 years, and most of the time people want to know about my disability or what's wrong with me before they even ask my name. What's wrong with my hands? Why are you broken? Poor thing.
I didn't want to focus on the disability. I wanted to focus on being the best person I can. And oh yeah, I am disabled, but that's not who I really am.
I was worried about how I would fit in with people, knowing that the chair was a factor. I didn't know if I would be loved or respected for who I was as a female.
But I had to take a good look at myself and learn who I was and what I wanted to be.
It was about me getting over my hang-ups and me learning that if I was confident, then people around me would treat me the same.
Of course, no one really knows what to say or do. They don't know when to help, when not to help.
People will tell you, oh, I'll help you get in the bathroom, but do you want to be helped? Probably not.
What's different between a woman and a man using a wheelchair going to the restroom? From what I understand, it's a lot easier for men because they can reach things and do things a lot easier than women.
Logistically, it's much more challenging for women than it is for men because we can't quite get to the body parts we need to get to sitting in a chair.
I don't sweat anymore. What does that mean?
Another challenge, of course, is how the heck do you put a bra on? I still haven't figured that one out.
And when I do sweat, that means something's wrong.
So you have to plan for all of that stuff. And it's a really big deal.
It's little things that you used to do without thinking about it that just are part of your life and part of who you are. You get up, you put your makeup on every day, you put your earrings in, you style your hair. There are things that you can't really do if you don't have use of your hands.
If I was injured now, I think that I would have more mobility, I would have more movement, I wouldn't necessarily say that I would be walking, who knows, but I know that considering my hand movement, my balance, and how I get around, I think it would be greatly improved.
At the very end of my therapy, one of the PTs drugged me into the wheelchair fitness center and actually taught me that I could work out on my own. And I left that day determined that I wasn't going to sit on the couch one more time. And going to the gym allowed me to be with people with disabilities, and I gained confidence from that.
Access is important. Access makes it easy for you to be able to communicate, to be able to integrate and be like the people that are around them.
A mí me hubiera gustado seguir mi terapia desde el primer momento para no estar haciendo tiempo, porque el tiempo pasa cuando uno está en silla de ruedas. Tiene uno que estar constantemente haciendo que su cuerpo no decaiga. Cuando no se tienen los recursos suficientes, es más difícil porque la vida le cambia a uno mucho.
For those who are newly injured, you have to be curious. You have to get past the embarrassment of asking personal questions about how you're going to be able to function. Later in life, you'll see all those things that you went through were worth it, and it made you the person that you are now. And then you need to pay it forward and help somebody else go through whatever it is that you experience, because that's what's going to make it easier for people to be able to have a successful, independent life.